Okay, hello, you lovely people. How are you? Good to be here on this lovely Good Friday. For those that you are religious, happy Easter, happy Good Friday. And if you are going to church today, I hope you have a lovely day. Jane and I are out on the boat just up the Sharpness Canal at the moment. This is the delay in doing the recap today because we found this lovely spot. Thought, well, more up there for the evening, and moored everything up, put the ropes on, all the rest of it. No internet, so I quickly had to put it back an hour, and I had to find a place that's got better internet. So I hope the signal's okay. I hope you can hear me and see me okay, because I really thought it was important to get a good recap out there for you guys. So obviously yesterday on ONPASSIVE 360, we were extremely privileged to have our CEO pop on. As he said, he had to get away from a very important person to join us. That being said as well, he did make it pretty clear to us that if he wants to see us more regularly, then maybe a time change for 360 is a good idea. And we're going to implement this for next Wednesday. And it will be, unfortunately for you guys over in the States, 6 a.m. Colonel Daniel Lee, thank you so much for your super sticker and hot dog this time. Very kind of you. Great news for Europeans, us in the UK, and anywhere east of us, including New Zealand and Australia. Great time for us. And it really is only Canada and the Americas which are going to suffer the most, unfortunately, but it's the time that's best suits Ash Mufareh, so that is why we are doing it. So we've been getting up early for a chat, so it's your go for a while anyway, to get up early if you want to be on live. Don't forget, it will be recorded, guys, and we obviously will do the recaps as normal. First off then, to our quartet of Janet Butler, Daryl Cook, Peter Sergiu, and who is the other one? Janet, Peter, Daryl, and who's the other one that does it? Can't remember off the top of my head now. No, I've said Peter. Who is it? Dan Street, that's it. You got it. Sorry. For doing the notes, they came out super fast, didn't they? Really good to see it. So anyway, as always, I do like to start off with the recap of body language. I always do mention this, don't I, every time we see our CEO. And what did I think of his body language this time? I thought he looked tired. I thought he looked a little bit flustered, if anything. Like there was quite a lot going on. Normally, he's a much more relaxed and a bit more jovial. But I certainly sense that there's a lot going on, that's for sure. But as far as the recap is concerned, I thought it was jam-packed full of information if you read between the lines. And that's kind of what I'm here to do, to give my take on it, to try and break it down a little bit so that you might be able to understand it as well. Obviously, I will go through it and you can also read it in your OFounders back office. But I certainly am going to give you my kind of take on it. And this does not mean to say that it's 100% true, but it's certainly what my take of yesterday's was. So he did say, unfortunately, it's not possible to bring everyone into the kitchen, as one says, but I do try to tell you all that I can when possible. Now, I'm pretty sure on this that his initial idea of ONPASSIVE was to be a company that was very open, that we knew all the processes, how things were going, etc. And I think that was the original idea back in 2018, when this whole idea was evolving and the company started to take shape. But during the years after that, he's learned a lot, and one of those is that you cannot be open with everybody, because certain people, certain businesses, certain individuals, etc., take things and manipulate them, change them for their own good and benefit. And this is, I think, what he meant, where being in the kitchen so that we can see warts and all behind the scenes of what's going on. He's had to now, I suppose, shut that kitchen door and keep people on the outside. And he actually did say, if it was him, that would be a perfect scenario. Whilst people are in the kitchen preparing the dish and everything, you're sat at a table outside waiting for your meal to be presented to you. You haven't got to worry about any of the buying, preparing, putting it together. All you're doing is waiting for that meal to be served to you on a table. And this is really why he said, for him, perfect scenario. Just wait, let me know when it's ready. Fantastic. So it was quite interesting, and I do hope that everybody has listened to our CEO. Only 20 minutes or so long. I have put just the ash extract on this YouTube channel. You can listen to it there, but very, very information that he brought to the table. He also said at the meeting, he said they had a meeting only yesterday with his legal team concerning the payment processors cases, mainly two major ones. Now, this is to do with when we first started, way back in September of last year. If you remember, we were using a very well-known payment processor. I've got quite an inkling to who it is. It doesn't really matter. They had had lots of meetings with this company to say, right, we're opening on September the 1st. We're expecting big influx of money and all the rest of it. Cut a long story short, it didn't work out how the company and or this other third party wanted it to. Basically, loads of red flags went off all over the place because of the amount of volume of money that was coming through in a very short period of time, and a very long and extended process from there on in had to take place. Why? Because they froze the money, basically. And we're not talking about a couple of thousand here. We're not talking about 100,000 here. We are talking literally millions of dollars. And if you remember, we changed from that one company and went to another third-party processor that turned out to be a parent company or a subsidiary of the initial one, and they froze the funds as well. So there's been an ongoing legal battle with this company, and he brought us up to date by saying that some of the funds are cleared, and this is from the minor or the smaller payment processors that we had after these two occasions, but the main balance is still in reserve with these two companies. Nearly 4 months we have been we were with the wrong people, and not intentionally, he says. Now, what does that mean? We're with the wrong people. It's my understanding that the team that he was using to recover that money maybe wasn't the right team that he should have been using. They exceeded the time frame that he had put to them, or that they had told him, and it became a lot more complex to what they had said. So now they had to retract that contract, and they are now using another company, and we're in the third week of that process. We have a resolution date, which is the best news that we could hear yesterday. So he hasn't given us that resolution date because, quite frankly, he wants it to be a done deal before he gives us the news, because things are fluid, things do change. But even to have a resolution date is a really, really good thing. He said he also believes there's no fault from these third party, but one thing is for sure, there was no fault on the ONPASSIVE's end to do with all of this. He also said this will all be well behind us, and it will be something that we remember, but it's not going to affect the business as we said. He said, also then asked, what did a blanket tell the bed? He said, I've got you covered. And that really was to reiterate that no matter what hardships and things that they are going through, they've got us covered. They've got us sorted. They're not going anywhere. Whatever they've promised is going to materialize. He said, you are definitely in a position whereby you don't know the magnitude completely. Not even all of the employees that they have can know this. And that's been by design, guys. It's not that they don't want to know or anything like that. He has kept people in separate departments, so not one person knows all. Obviously, people very close to Mufareh do. He said, it was my goal to keep it all open, like I said, but the privacy and confidentiality is very necessary now. Why? Because, as I said, people take things, they manipulate them, they use them against the company, and this is not good. He said, we are building a new level of immunity and confidence because of what the company have been through in the past, and this has made them a lot tougher and a lot stronger. But the good news on this is, as far as we are concerned, we don't have to worry about anything. Our commissions are safe, the funds are safe, and it is just a matter of process for it all to go through. He then mentioned about the brand new ONPASSIVE website that came out on Tuesday, and I think you'll all agree that it really is one of the best ones that has been there. Very dynamic with that video in the top right hand corner, very easy to scroll as well. He said many thanks to the design team for putting that out. He also then went on to say about OTrim. Now, we mentioned this day before yesterday and yesterday, didn't we, on our lives, that it is there in the Google Play Store at the moment, but it is still my wish and suggestion that you do not download anything directly from the Play Store or from the iOS App Store for Apple until the link is available in your OES ecosystem, or at the bottom of the page or on the page of the onpassive.com web page. You actually don't know 100% if it is a legit site. Okay, that if the link's in your OES, then you know 100% is the right link for the right product. Okay, I'm just saying I'm not downloading anything until I see it in the OES. I can wait. I can still use OTrim. If I want to, I can just log into my ecosystem and use it directly from that. I can do that on my mobile phone as well. To have the app, I can wait a few more days. He did say that they are going to wait for it to be uploaded onto iOS Apple. This takes a little bit more time than it does for Android onto the Google Play. And as soon as that's there, then it will be posted out into your OES ecosystem and you can download it directly from there. That is my recommendation. Obviously, you don't have to listen to me. You can do whatever you want. But if you download the wrong one and something happens to you or the account, then don't come crying, because we are warning you not to do it. He actually said, I suggest that you wait for the company green light to download it. You will see it in the back office when it is ready to go. He said, overall, I really want you to give yourself a buffer in a way. He said, we have seen and experienced things that don't always go as planned. Now, I just want to touch on this as far as what he says and how things end up panning out. Mufareh is a very open and honest guy, okay? And whenever he is telling us, he is truly believing that this is what is going to happen. Why? Because people have told him this. He's been told that this is in place, this is going to happen, and all the rest of it. He wants us to give us the good news as soon as possible. But unfortunately, as we well know, in business, things don't always go to plan. And it really has made it a little bit hard for him, because he's extremely honest in what he's saying and believing at the time when he's telling us. But he has now got to the point where he is saying, this is what I think is going to happen. But always in business, things don't always go as planned. He said, we have learned that it is wise to consider and apply that additional knowledge to anything or to the ones when we are moving forward. He said we should be open to the fact that why not improve if we are able to. Now, he said we should allow and accept the advantages of that knowledge and expertise beyond what we thought it should have been. We are better today than we were at the start. Now, I think you'll all agree, the new OConnect that came out is way better than the one we had at the start. Why? Because it wasn't quite up to par. And with that knowledge of what we're able to do to use it, to improve it, we've now got the second one that's coming out. This is all part of constantly growing, and it is a very healthy thing. He said the boldness that the company has gained throughout its journey really is visible. He said it's good to try different approaches and to meet those goals necessary to be successful. He said try to adapt to this philosophy. Now, part of me when he was telling us this was, I kind of got the impression that he's getting us ready for something. Don't know what it is, but I kind of got the vibe of he's telling us that things might be changing, or we might be having to, I don't know, but I'd certainly got the impression that he is prepping us for something else in the future as far as the company is concerned. And obviously we will wait and see what this pans out to be. But I know one thing for sure, whatever happens, it is going to be of benefit not only to the company, but also to us. And I really do believe that whatever direction the company takes us in is going to be for the good and benefit of the company and us. So we really will have to wait and see how that pans out. But I did really get the impression that he is getting us to adjust, to adapt to new ideas, to new directions, to new concepts. And obviously we will find out all about this in the coming months in ONPASSIVE. He also then wished us all a very happy Easter, and he also then suggested a new time for 360 that is better for him, which is 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So for you guys over in the States, plenty of coffee to get up early for the Ash Mufareh visit on ONPASSIVE 360. For the rest of it, you know, we are looking forward to having it at a good time for us over in Europe and east of us as well. So just to recap on the ONPASSIVE 360 yesterday, I really thought it was a very honest, endearing chat with our CEO. I thought that he couldn't be more honest about how the payment processes are going. Now, I'd like to mention on this is, I actually don't believe that the payment processes per se are actually the problem. I believe that the funds that are being held by these other companies are the problem, more so than maybe payment processors. So until that money is released, then we can't go down other routes. But having that date now tentatively, or whether it's fixed, we don't know. is a really good thing. And I loved his honesty to bring us up to date with that part. It makes a lot more sense to me, certainly, of the whys of where we are at the moment. You know, having the extensions is fantastic. It gives us more time to use OConnect and all the rest of it. But also every extension, another lapse of time from where we should have been goes on. And we all think the same. There has to be a reason why. And I really do believe that this is the reason why. And I thought it was very brave of him to come on and to let us know the exact information. And for many of us, I think it really should put our minds at ease, knowing that that is the reason. It's nothing to do with anything else except for they've got our money. Okay, and obviously we are taking legal action, and we've been given a date to receive those funds. And then, in my opinion, everything else should start falling into place once that has been received into the company's accounts, and then we can move forward from there. Anyway, guys, that is it from me today. No shout outs, I'm afraid, on the recap, because I want to keep it pretty clean for people who want to share it out. But I will be back round tomorrow for a live normal time, which is 11 a.m. for you guys in the States. And we've also got it at, for us here in the UK, will be 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. for Europe. Tonight also on Comforts, you've got tentatively myself, definitely Chris and Marty, Collins Manor, Andy Burks and Comfort doing a month in review for ONPASSIVE. We're going to be talking about a few bits and pieces. As long as my internet is stable, I shall see you all on there. That is going to be at 9, which is 5 p.m. for you guys. Okay, 9 p.m. for us here in the UK. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming on. We shall see you all later or tomorrow. Bye for now.